till she was weak and shivering in his arms. On more than one occasion, McKenna had pondered the question of how a man of the Earl's unremarkable looks, paired with a woman of the Countess's average attractiveness, could have produced a daughter like Aline. By some quirk of fate, she had inherited just the right combination of features from each. Their son, Marcus, had been somewhat less fortunate, resembling the Earl with his broad and harsh-planed face and his bull-like physical build. Little Livia, rumoured to be the result of one of the Countess's extramarital affairs, was pretty but not extraordinarily so, lacking her sister's radiant dark magic. As he watched Aline, McKenna reflected that the time was fast approaching when they could have nothing more to do with each other. The familiarity between them would soon become dangerous, if it had not already. Collecting himself, McKenna tapped gently on a glass pane of the French doors. Aline turned toward the sound and saw him without apparent surprise. McKenna rose to his feet, watching her intently. Folding her arms across her chest, Aline regarded him with a scowl. "Go away," she mouthed silently through the window. McKenna was both amused and consternated as he wondered what the hell he had done now. To his knowledge, he hadn't been involved in any pranks or mischief-making, and he hadn't picked any arguments with her, and as a reward, he had been left waiting alone by the river for 2 hours this afternoon. Shaking his head stubbornly, McKenna remained where he was. He reached down to rattle the door handle in subtle warning. They both knew that if he was discovered on her balcony, he would bear the brunt of the consequences, not she. And it was for that reason, to preserve his hide, that she reluctantly unlocked the door and opened it. He couldn't help grinning at the success of his ploy, even as she continued to frown. "Did you forget that we were to meet this afternoon?" McKenna asked without preamble, grasping the edge of the door in one hand. He leaned his shoulder against the narrow wood frame and smiled into her dark brown eyes. Even when he slouched, Aline was forced to crane her neck upward to meet his gaze. "No, I didn't forget." Her voice, usually so light and sweet, was edged with surliness. "Then where were you?" "Does it really matter?" McKenna tilted his head as he briefly pondered why girls liked to put a fellow through a guessing game when he was in trouble. Arriving at no reasonable answer, he resolutely picked up the gauntlet. "I asked you to meet me at the river because I wanted to see you." "I assumed that you had changed your plans, since you seemed to prefer someone else's company to mine." As Aline read the confusion in his expression, her mouth twisted impatiently. "I saw you in the village this morning, when my sister and I went to the milliner's." McKenna responded with a cautious nod, recalling that he had been sent to the cobbler's by the stable-master to deliver some boots that needed repair. But why the hell would that have offended Aline so? "Oh, don't be such a dunderhead," Aline exclaimed. "I saw you with one of the village girls, McKenna. You kissed her, right there in the street for the whole world to see." His brow cleared instantly. So he had. His companion had been Mary, the butcher's daughter. McKenna had flirted with her this morning, as he did with most of the girls he knew, and Mary had teased him about something or another until he had laughed and stolen a kiss from her. It had meant nothing to him, or to Mary, and he had promptly put the whole incident out of his mind. So that was the source of Aline's irritation. Jealousy. McKenna tried to hold back his pleasure at the discovery, but it gathered in a sweet, heavy mass in his chest. Hell. He shook his head ruefully, wondering how to remind her of what she already knew, that a daughter of the peerage shouldn't give a damn about what he did. "Aline!" he protested, half lifting his hands to touch her, then snatching them back. "What I do with other girls has nothing to do with us. You and I are friends. We would never... You're not the kind I..."